you have your thoughts toward this book or whatever, just comment. Okay, we can talk. The businessman raised his head. During the 54 years that I have inhabited this planet, I have been disturbed only 3 times. The first time was 22 years ago, when some giddy goose fell from goodie's nose everywhere. A goodie goddess good nowhere. Most rubbish all over the place, and I made 4 mistakes even. I'm 11. I was by an of room. I don't get enough aside. I have no time for loafing. The third time, well, this is it. I was saying the 501 millions. Millions of what? The businessman suddenly realized that there was no hope of being left in peace until he answered this question. Millions of those little objects, he said. Which one sometimes seems in the sky? Flies? Oh no, little glittering objects. Bees? No, little golden objects that set lazy men to idle dreaming. As for me, I am concerned with matters of consequence. There is no time for idle dreaming in my life. Ah, you mean the stars? Yes, that's it, the stars. And what do you do with 500 millions of stars? 501,622,731. I'm concerned with matters of consequence. I am accurate. And what do you do with these stars? What do I do with them? Yes, nothing. I own them. You own the stars? Yes. But I have already seen a king who kings do not own. They reign over. It is a very different matter. And what good does it do you to own the stars? It does me good of making me rich. And good does it you do any arts offered. This man, the little prince said to himself, reasons a little like my poor tippler. Nevertheless, he still had some more questions. How is it possible for one to own the stars? To whom do they belong? The businessman retorted peevishly. I don't know, to nobody. Then they belong to me because I was the first person to think of it. Is that all that is necessary? Certainly. When you find a diamond that belongs to nobody, it is yours. When you discover an island that belongs to nobody, it is yours. When you get an idea before anyone else, you take out a patent on it. It is yours. So with me, I own the stars because nobody else before me ever thought of owning them. Yes, that's true, said the little prince. And what do you do with them? I administer them, replied the businessman. I count them and recount them. It is difficult, but I am a man who is naturally interested in matters of consequence. The little prince was still not satisfied. If I owned a silk scarf, he said, I could put it around my neck and take it away with me. If I owned a flower, I could pluck that flower and take it away with me. But you can't pluck the stars from heaven. No, but I can put them in the bank. Whatever does that mean? That means that I write the number of my stars on the little paper, and then I put this paper in a drawer and lock it with a key. And that is all? That is enough, said the businessman. It is entertaining, thought the little prince. It is rather poetic, but it is of no great consequence. On matters of consequence, the little prince had ideas which were very different from those of the grown-ups. I myself own a flower, he continued his conversation with the businessman, which I water every day. I own 3 volcanoes, which I clean out every week, for I also clean out the one that is extinct. One never knows. It is of some use to my volcanoes, and it is of some use to my flower, and I own them. But you are of no use to the stars. The businessman opened his mouth, but he found nothing to say in answer, and the little prince went away. The grown-ups are certainly altogether extraordinary, he said simply, talking to himself as he continued on his journey. Okay, this is pretty funny. I don't know. It's like the businessman. The little prince went to the fourth planet where the businessman lives, and the businessman is like gathering stars, like putting numbers onto a banknote. That's something like we are raising money, like we are rich in this world, because we have a lot of numbers on our bank account, and we are obsessed with that, and we don't actually know what can we do with those numbers. There are some people, they're like Scrooge from the famous novel. You have to get a lot of money ready. You don't even use them, and you spend all your life doing methods, accountings. So the little prince is so confused. Why those adults, those grown-ups, we are doing something like this? We're so obsessed with money, but we forget what is essential to life. Like if you have, it can protect you. It can protect you from cold. And some people will say, I need money to buy the scarf, but how much money do you need for the scarf? Actually, I think the money we needed for like daily necessity is not as much as we think. We don't actually need to have a house to have a happy life. We don't have to have a boat or whatever it is to have a happy life. We need to live the life now, like the kids do. Like we have today, so we enjoy the day. We play, we do something meaningful, and we live. But if you're spending all your time working, spend all your time gathering money, then that's not life. That's miserable. If you're reading the book, you feel like people live this way, they're miserable. But in reality, a lot of people are like that. We don't enjoy life. We don't have time to enjoy life because we have a lot of numbers to deal with. Okay, I don't know. Probably those people, if they have have more money in their bank account, they feel happy because they can't possibly have something else to make them happy. You know, trying to find a goal in your life is really challenge. So most people, they just give it up. They just follow the trend, follow the society. Everybody's looking for money, so money must be good. So, but a lot of people, they don't even think what can money brings to you. Is money actually make you happy? No, it's not. It's something else that money can bring. Like if you have enough money, you may probably buy your time back. You don't have to work for someone else, and you have freedom. That freedom is someone need to going after, but seldom people think about what can I do with the freedom. If you have a lot of time, you don't need to worry about money. What will you do? Have you ever think about that? I think you need to start to think about that now. Then you need to find the meaning of your life. Not money, it's something else, like behind the money, okay? I'll continue the reading. Let's go with the different adventures to different planets, okay? The fifth planet was very strange. It was the smallest of all. There was just enough room on it for a street lamp and a lamp lighter. The little prince was not able to reach any explanation of the use of a street lamp and a lamp lighter. Somewhere in the heavens, on a planet which had no people and no one house, but he said to himself, nevertheless, it may well be that this man is absurd, but he's not so absurd as the king, the conceited man, the businessman, and the tippler. For at least this work has some meaning. When he lights his street lamp, it is as if he brought one more star to life, or one flower. When he puts out his lamp, he sends the flower or the star to sleep. That is a beautiful occupation, and since it is beautiful, it is truly useful. Okay, this is beautiful. This is about a planet where there's a light lamp and a lamp lighter. It's something like when he lights the street lamp, it is as if he brought one more star to life or one flower. When he puts out his lamp, he sends the flower or the star to sleep. Okay, that's beautiful. I like this line. I'll highlight it. Okay, so this is an old planet. Let's see what's in there. When he arrived on the planet, he respectfully saluted the lamplighter. Good morning. Why have you just put out your lamp? Those are the orders, replied the lamplighter. Good morning. What are the orders? The orders are that I put out my lamp. Good evening. And he lighted his lamp again. But why have you just lighted again? Those are the orders, replied the lamplighter. I do not understand, said the little prince. There's nothing to understand, said the lamplighter. Orders are orders. Good morning. And he put out his lamp. Then he mopped his forehead with a handkerchief decorated with red squares. I follow a terrible confession. In the old days, it was reasonable. I put the lamp out in the morning, and evening I light it again. I had the rest of the day for relaxation, and the rest of the night for sleep. And the orders have been changed since that time? The orders have not been changed, said the lamplighter. That is the tragedy. From year to year, the planet has turned more rapidly, and the orders have not been changed. Then what? Asked the little prince. Then the planet now makes a complete turn every minute, and I no longer have a single second for repose. Once every minute I have to light my lamp and put it out. That is very funny. A day lasts only 1 minute. Here where you live. It is not funny at all, said the lamplighter. While we have been talking together, a month has gone by. A month? Yeah, a month. 30 minutes. 30 days. Good evening. And he lighted his lamp again. Okay, this is very funny. This planet is like, this planet is about something. There's a lamp and a lamplighter. Lamplighter's work is to light the lamp, but as the society changes, the planet is very small and it's moving ever faster. Previously, you light the lamp one day in the morning, then go to sleep, you rest. Then in the night, in the morning you put off the lamp. Then in the night you light up. That's like your lamplighter's job. But now the planet is changing. It's moving very fast. 1 minute is 1 day. So the lamplighter is constantly turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. That's weird. Like for us, we know it's weird. From common sense, you shouldn't do that. So, but the lamplighter is still doing that. We should think about is there someone around you, like near you, someone in your life? He's like this lamplighter. He's doing something just like mechanical things. He's not thinking about why he's doing that. Even the society has changed. Something's changed. I think it's remind of my parents. I think they are still their mind. They still live in the last generation. They don't see the change in this generation. So sometimes they are making some decisions or choices you won't understand, but they're still making it nevertheless. Okay, we'll continue to see this adventure with the little prince. Okay. And he lighted his lamp again. As the little prince watched him, he felt that he loved this lamplighter who was so faithful to his orders. He remembered the sunsets which he himself had gone to seek, in other days merely to pulling up his chair, and he wanted to help his friend. You know, he said, I can tell you a way you can rest whenever you want to. I always want to rest, said the lamplighter. For it is possible for a man to be faithful and lazy at the same time. The little prince went on with his explanation. Your planet is so small that 3 strides will take you all the way around it. To be always in the sunshine, you need only walk all along rather slowly. When you want to rest, you will walk, and the day will last as long as you like. That doesn't do me much good, said the lamplighter. The one thing I love in life is to sleep. Then you're unlucky, said the little prince. I am unlucky, said the lamplighter. Good morning, and he put out his lamp. That man, said the little prince to himself, as he continued farther on his journey. That man would be scorned by all the others, by the king, by the conceit man, by the tippler, by the businessman. Nevertheless, he is the only one of them all who does not seem to me ridiculous. Perhaps that is because he is thinking of something else besides himself. He breathed a sigh of regret and said to himself again, that man is the only one of them all whom I could have made my friend, but his planet is indeed too small. There is no room on it for 2 people. What the little prince did not dare confess was that he was sorry most of all to leave this planet, because it was blessed every day with 1,440 sunsets. Okay. I don't know your idea about this lamplighter. Like his job on this planet. This planet is very small. You walk like 3 steps, then you circle this planet. So the lamplighter is lighting his lamp 1 minute, then put it off the other minute. It's his job and it's his life. And to the little prince's point of view, he doesn't hate this man as much as he hated the king and the businessman and the tippler and the conceited man from the other 4 planets. So, but he can't. I think that he can't live in this planet because it's too small. But in the end, he said he just missed the sunsets because, as we know, the little prince, he enjoys the sunsets a lot. He used to have like 40-something sunsets on his little planet. He moved his chairs every couple minutes, then he will see the sunset constantly for 40-something times a day. And he thinks like if he lives on this planet, he'll be able to see the sunset every minute, every other minute. So I don't think he actually like the lifestyle these lamplighters have. So let's continue to continue with the adventure the little prince is taking us. The little prince has left his own planet and left his rose. He just wants something. He wants adventure, and he's telling the story about his adventure now. Okay, the 6th planet was 10 times larger than the last one. It was inhabited by an old gentleman who wrote voluminous books. Oh, look, here is an explorer, he exclaimed to himself when he saw the little prince coming. The little prince sat down on the table and panted a little. He had already traveled so much and so far. Where do you come from? The old gentleman said to him. What is that big book? Said the little prince. What are you doing? I am a geographer, said the old gentleman. What is a geographer? Asked the little prince. A geographer is a scholar who knows the location of all the seas, rivers, towns, mountains, and deserts. That is very interesting, said the little prince. Here at last is a man who has a real profession. And he cast a look around him at the planet of the geographer. It was the most magnificent and stately planet that he had ever seen. Your planet is very beautiful, he said. Has it any oceans? I couldn't tell you, said the geographer. Ah, the little prince was disappointed. Has it any mountains? I couldn't tell you, said the geographer. And towns and rivers and deserts? I couldn't tell you that either. But you're a geographer. Exactly, the geographer said. But I'm not an explorer. I haven't a single explorer on my planet. It is not the geographer who goes out to count the towns, the rivers, the mountains, the seas, the oceans, and the deserts. The geographer is much too important to go loafing about. He does not leave his desk, but he receives the explorers in his study. He asks them questions and he notes down what they record of their travels. And if the recollections of anyone among them seem interesting to him, the geographer orders an inquiry into that explorer's moral character. What is that? Because an explorer who told lies would bring disaster on the books of the geographer, so would an explorer who drank too much. Why is that? Asked the little prince. Because intoxicated men see double. Then the geographer would note down 2 mountains in a place where there is only one. I know someone, said the little prince, who would make a bad explorer. That is possible. Then, when the moral character of the explorer is shown to be good, an inquiry is ordered into his discovery. One goes to see it? No, that would be too complicated. But one requires the explorer to furnish proofs. For example, if the discovery in question is that of a large mountain, one requires that large stones be brought back from it. The geographer was suddenly stirred to excitement. But you come from far away. You are an explorer. You shall describe your planet to me. And having opened his big register, the geographer sharpened his pencil. The recitals of explorers are put down first in pencil. One waits until the explorer has furnished the proofs before putting them down in ink. Well, said the geographer expectantly. Oh, where I live, said the little prince, it is not very interesting. It is all so small. I have 3 volcanoes. 2 volcanoes are active and the other is extinct. But one never knows. One never knows, said the geographer. I have also a flower. We do not record flowers, said the geographer. Why is that? The flower is the most beautiful thing on my planet. We do not record them, said the geographer, because they are ephemeral. What does that mean, ephemeral? Geographies, said the geographer, are the books which, of all books, are most concerned what is that? Okay. Geographies, said the geographer, are the books which, of all books, are most concerned with matters of consequence. They never become old-fashioned. It is very rarely that a mountain changes its position. It is very rarely that an ocean empties itself of its waters. We write of eternal things. But extinct volcanoes may come to life again, the little prince interrupted. What does mean ephemeral? Whether volcanoes are extinct or alive, it comes to the same thing for us, said the geographer. The thing that matters to us is the mountain. It does not change. But what does that mean, ephemeral? Repeated the little prince, who never in his life had let go of a question once he had asked it. It means which is in danger of speedy disappearance. Is my flower in danger of speedy disappearance? Certainly it is. My flower is ephemeral, the little prince said to himself, and she has only 4 thorns to defend herself against the world, and I have left her on my planet all alone. That was his first moment of regret, but he took courage once more. What place would you advise me to visit now? He asked. The planet Earth, replied the geographer. It has a good reputation. And the little prince went away, thinking of his flower. Okay. This chapter, this planet is bigger than the previous 5 planets, and there's a geographer living on this planet who is busy with recording mountains and whatever, like lasting for a long time, won't change. And I don't know, but the geographer himself, he never set a foot outside the real world to see what is there in the world. So it's kind of I don't know if there is one's life like that, like someone something we say, like, you know everything in the book, but you don't have any life experience. So I think it's always good, like, you read books, but you go out to experience life. As you experience more in your life, the readings you had in your life will be more to you, like personal to you. Everything is not a theory anymore. There's a saying, like, we learn all the theories, but we still can't live my life to the utmost. I think that's the problem. We only get noticed to the theory, but we don't understand those theories. Okay. But as the little prince left his own planet, he started to see that his rose need protection, and he started to think about his rose. And he says that his rose is the most beautiful thing in the world. But as for the geographer, the rose is easy to extinct. It will go away. It will, like, die. There's something soft in the human's heart. Like the mountains, you think they're not going away, so you take them for granted. But for those roses, you need to take care of them. I think that's the human bond, like connections between you and me. That's the essential of being a human. We talk to each other and we have boundaries with each other. Okay. Okay, that's it. That's enough for today. That's enough reading. I'm about to finish this Little Prince very soon. It's very short. My version, I think, is only a little bit left. I'll try to finish it in this afternoon because I really like this one. I read it before, but I don't quite remember. And this version of My Little Prince is in Chinese, French, and English. And it's not for kids. As you can see, it's not for kids. I tried to read it to my nephew, and he's 8. I don't think he understands. And I don't think I understand it when I was reading it the first time years ago. I don't quite remember. I just remember the prince and the rose, and I don't remember the details. But as I revisit it now, it feels completely different. When the little prince took us to the different planets, I saw those different persons, like the businessman, the tippler, the lamplighter. They feel like someone in your real life. Some personality, some persons you know, and when you read a book, you will see more clearly. Like some people, just like the businessman, they are counting numbers constantly every day. They don't have time to live their life, and they think numbers and money are the most essential things for their happiness, for their existing. But I believe everybody reads the book will notice that that's not the whole meaning of life. And those conceited man, it's very funny. He's causes admirations. I don't know if you have this man in your life, and whatever he wants is attention. I think whoever wants attention, too much attention, is deep down he's not confident. He's not confident about himself. So he needs those external approvals to prove he's existed. But for me, I mean, everybody had, like, you exist for a reason. Everybody exists for a reason. If you're here, you have your reason to be here. So you need to be sure about that. You need to be sure about yourself. Be sure about yourself. be confident about yourself. You don't like, I mean, you doubt yourself, your existence, your worth, everything about yourself. Of course, everybody do that, but in the end of the day, you need to know your own worth. And how can you find your own worth? It's the thing we need to keep figuring out. For now, probably you are a teacher, then your worth is being a good teacher. But as the society moves, you need to move your characters. You need to update your self-definition. Like, you're worth in living, but if you're not doing something creative, like contributive to the society, you will feel like you don't deep down you question yourself because you don't see your self-worth. We need to try to see our worth as a person, as a humankind. Okay, that's great. Thank you for joining me, everyone, and I'll see you guys maybe, I don't know, see you guys soon. I need to finish this book the second time I read. So it's very short. If you're interested, I highly recommend every adult you should go to read. And when you read, share your ideas with us and just think more. It's not like read the characters. Reading is about when you read, it inspires you. It is like something triggered in your mind. You think about someone, something in your life that's meaningful, that's second thought about a same person or same thing. That's something I deem very important to reading. Okay. See you guys tomorrow. See you guys next time. Bye bye. It's been a while. Bye bye. Bye bye. Have a great day.